Welcome back. Youth with a Purpose is a nonprofit organization dedicated to supporting and advocating for at-risk youth. Joining us today is the powerhouse behind it all, founder and CEO, Shameka Beaugard. Hi, Shameka.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. It's great to have you today. You traveled for us, so I'm very happy to have you in the studio today.
Happy to be here. It was a good drive.
So for those who haven't heard about Youth with a Purpose, what is it all about and what was the inspiration behind it?
Yeah, so I incorporated Youth with a Purpose in June of 2020 after 20 years of helping our underserved youth, helping our kiddos in the community that literally are falling through the cracks, that are not necessarily in foster, they're not necessarily in probation, they just don't have access to the supportive services that they need. Right. So I had a dream about helping the kids in the community and literally creating mentorship programs, housing, performing arts, all these different type of programs so our kids are not being funneled through the school to prison pipeline. They need support in the communities first.
What made you want to focus on our kids? Why is this mission so personal?
Yeah, so really I had a lot of mentors growing up, and I too came from a low-income background, and if it wasn't for my mentors being there to pour into me, to encourage me, I wouldn't be where I am today, meaning the founder of the organization, an author, a minister. All the things that I'm doing was because there were adults there pouring into me, so I want to give that back to the community. And it's needed, you know?
Yeah, you're right. There's kids that kind of fall in the middle. They're not technically like risks yet. They're not, you know, in jail. They're not at the bad end of the spectrum or the worst end of the spectrum for them. And they're not being supported, but they're not being supported. They're right there in the middle where they need kind of that tribe of people around them in our community to help them.
Yeah, and those are the kids that we see that are getting suspended in school. You know what I mean? They're the ones that are getting pushed through the juvenile hall just because they didn't have those adults that could help them, because they were falling through the cracks. So we want to catch those kids and help them and provide a service for them, whether it's performing arts, whether it's housing for our kids that are that are aging out of the foster care system between 18 and 24, giving them the life skills that they need. We want to capture all of them and be that village for them.
Yeah, it's just kind of like that last bit of safety. And I feel like even, you know, our kids who do age out of the foster system, a lot of them didn't have the support even while in the foster care system. And now they're adults and they don't even know what to do. So it's really hard for them. Now, we talk about school to prison pipeline, and that's a very powerful and alarming term to hear. So can you break down what it really means and how we work to disrupt this cycle and help them?
Yeah, sure. So the school to prison pipeline is based in racism, a system that is broken, disparities for our Black and brown youth. We see in the schools, the majority of suspensions are Black and brown youth. The ones that go to alternative schooling are Black and brown youth. Right? So we want to disrupt that by creating innovative programming to support these kids. So our programs are mentorship-based, housing-based, performing arts-based, and we have block parties to bring all of our youth together, right? So we provide all of these different programs so that there is like an alternative route outside of the school to prison pipeline. We start in the communities first so that we help our kids at like our youth center. We help our kids so that by the time they get to school, their behaviors have already been modified so that the teachers can support them versus suspending them.
Well, and giving them that outlet, I think, is so important because we all have to find a purpose in life. And sometimes it's very difficult if we don't have that safety net of mentors and parents and people around us. So being able to have somebody like you who's giving us those outlets to find that creativity and that passion and that purpose does nothing but lift them up during that process. So I would love to hear about your book you have right here.
Yeah, so a little bit about me. I did lose my parents early at the age of 18, and then my dad passed away at the age of 25. So I wrote my life story, and really the purpose behind why I started Youth with a Purpose is in my book. The process of going through grief and having trauma and not like focusing on the materialistic things in life, but really being connected to my purpose and my passion and being impactful here in life. I literally put all of that into my book. And my book is on my website, ShamekaBeaugard.com, on Amazon. And yeah, you'll read it and literally think about your own life think about like the losses that you've had, the trauma that you've had, and then it will encourage you and inspire you to connect with your own purpose in life.
Use that pain for purpose.
Yes.
I love it. All right, information's on the screen. Please reach out to Shameka if you are interested in mentorship or helping with their program. And of course, check out her book. We'll be back in Studio 17.